It seems a good plan to make a short video about where I am now with the RVer freshwater project. The goal of the project is to have constant pressure in the system, where most RVs have this pulsating pressure pump. This pressure pump should run on a nice even speed. And the second phase of the project is to add flow sensors that will also show me how much water we've used and how much water we still have left. The system is autonomous, contained in this little black box. It has an Arduino Nano, an HC12 transceiver, a P-channel MOSFET, and a little power supply. Like I said, it's autonomous. But if I need to configure any parameters like the pressure that I'd like to have, then I built a little temporary remote control unit here, and I kept it all disconnected, so you can see it's really wireless. So the only thing this autonomous system needs is some electricity, so I'm gonna give it some electricity. Oh, let me explain this pump system. It's just my test system. It's a pump with a little loop to circulate water in it. The pump creates pressure, and this valve here that you probably cannot see from this angle, this valve simulates me opening a faucet somewhere in the RV. So as soon as I open the valve, the water starts to flow, so I've got this endless loop, so I can test the pressure. A pressure sensor, a mechanical pressure sensor to see what's happening, and this is the pressure sensor that goes into the controller, and that helps the controller regulate the speed of the pump. Okay, let me switch it on. You see it immediately jumps on and jumps then to way too high a pressure of 65 pounds per square inch. That's only because this is such a small loop, there is no buffer in it. It immediately overshoots, but that's no problem. That will change when it's in the system. So let me open the valve a little, and then you'll see that it starts to run very slowly. Well, at this moment it starts to pulse, but that's because it's running very slowly. Let me increase the pressure a little, or the flow a little, and there you see it tries to stabilize at around 40 pounds per square inch. This thing fluctuates so badly because, well, those pumps still they work with 3 plungers. That generates a little fluctuation, but that compares to nothing with the pump turning off and on constantly, of course. Okay, if I turn the faucet a little further open, you can hear the pump go faster. There you go. Okay, to make it all visible, I'll start up the display. There we go. So here you see the pressure in the system is now 67 pounds per square inch. The pump speed is 0. I've got some pressure, some temperature sensors here too that are for future use. For instance, to get a good estimate of how much water we have in the hot water heater. But that's again for later. Now we see the pressure is 67 pounds per square inch, but pressing the button shows me at this moment I've got the pressure set at 45. So if I open this valve slowly, you can see that it tries to stabilize at 45 pounds per square inch. And the pump is running at 60% of its capacity. I can turn the valve a little open. There we go, 50%. And still it's trying to maintain the same 45 pounds per square inch. Turn it all the way. Now it's running 100% and the pressure falls because the pump can just not keep up with the demand. but it tries to stay as close as possible to this 50 pounds per square inch. By the way, there's another nifty little thing that you might notice. The pressure actually goes up a little, and that is because this system allows me to even adjust the pressure while running. I can say, well, normally when running only the faucet very slowly, I'd like to have 45 pounds pressure, but when it ramps up, apparently I need a lot of water, so then it would be a good idea to ramp the pressure also a little up. So then I can say pressure increment. At this moment it's set at 10%, but I can say, well, let's make it 50%. So when the pump ramps up to 100% of its speed, it will also try to bump the speed up, the pressure up with 50%. So let's go back to the pressure. Here, now. Here you see, as soon as I open the valve, it already increases the pressure, and when I open it more, it even tries to go for 60 pounds. Even more. Well, now it's already too far, but so that's the way it works. I think ramping it up by 50% is might be a bit overdoing it, but ramping it up by maybe 10% might be interesting, because I believe it would feel like your lines are a little thicker than they actually are. Let me see, where was it? Pressure increment there. Let's put it back to 10%. Of course, now I can also say, you know what? I think 45 pounds per square inch is too much. Let's make the pressure 25 pounds, and then you see that the system starts to stabilize at this lower pressure of 20 pounds. Increase the pressure, 34, and you hear that the pump ramps up and stabilizes at the new pressure. Go again to 45, voila. And if you really want to have a massage shower, you can put it up to 60 pounds, and there it goes, full force. So that's how it works. And well, that's where we leave it at.